We had to reimagine ourselves on this American landscape. And reimagining means that you know that it can be whatever it is that you are imagining. So this award talks about the people who bring beauty to the world. I am trying to do that, but I'm also at the same time attempting to answer the most important question that we in the 60s, when we began to write about what was going on not only in America but in the world, we were writing to answer the question, what does it mean to be human? A poem should exist in all the times. You know, you might have written a poem in the 60s, but the poem that is timeless exists in the 60s and in the 80s. When we don't resolve the problems in a country, they repeat themselves over and over again. We fought for, the freedom. We fought for bringing in Black studies. We fought for, I was at the start of Black studies at San Francisco State. I moved to a place called Philadelphia. We have nothing else on this bloody tape. I was a woman who challenged education in a place called New York City, and they put my behind out. I was exiled. And what did my father say? If you just shut your mouth and just teach like you were trained to teach, and don't come up with all that black stuff and whatever, you would still be in New York City. And he's probably right. I know he's right. But then you would not have had something called Black Studies the way we gathered together and did that. If there is hope, on this earth, it is the hope that there are people, when you see something wrong, you correct it. That is the joy of helping and teaching. I teach some of these young children. These children write stories about Black people, who have been important to them or important to the world. That same school actually challenged Philadelphia to put a plaque down where MOVE happened. There was no plaque about that MOVE happened here. There was no plaque in Philadelphia after all those years. Has anyone here seen that plaque? Isn't it amazing? Children did that. Children. From 1st to 6th grade, children did that. They bugged the city council for so long, right, that they said, okay, here's the plaque. And when I was told that, I began an association with those children as they got in there and they graduated and whatever, et cetera. When I received my award up in New York, I'm going to dedicate it to those children, right? Those children who, those children who had read your poetry, would write you notes about your poetry, would say, write your note that said, you're my best friend. And so you began and you continue to teach them. These children that I've done before, they're in high school now, and they refer, the teacher says sometimes about, about me, whatever, et cetera. But the point of good teaching is that you can't hold on to me forever. The point is that I'm there to steer you in some way, to give you information. But one day, you'll barely remember what I said because you already would have come up with a new saying. You already will take that saying and expand on it to make it much purer than it is, to take it to another century. That's what this is all about. We don't sit back and wait for praise, but we see a child up on the stage or a young person on the stage saying something, that we have done our studying well, our readings well, our writings well. And every now and then you might turn around and smile at the past, but you got a future going there. And that's what this is truly all about.